is the new Rep Fitness AB-3000 2.0, the best budget FID bench on the market. Let's find out. The No Fake channel, checking in. Jonathan here, and Rep Fitness Equipment just released a brand new upgraded version of their beloved AB-3000 FID bench. This is the 2.0. Is this still the best budget FID bench you can buy? Well, today we're going under the hood and we're gonna find out. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome aboard. I review new pieces of home gym equipment every week. Companies love to release new versions of their old products, cars, phones, and home gym equipment in order to sell you the new. And we know sometimes there's nothing different between the old version and the new version. Well, what's different with this Rep Fitness AB-3000 flat-incline-decline adjustable bench? There is a lot going on under the hood. First and foremost, if you like your color options, it now comes in 5 colors, and blue is one of them. Obviously, it does now have additional incline options. The front seat now has 5 adjustable positions, and they reworked this leg roller in order to be able to pull it further back so that when you are benching and not using the leg roller, your feet, which you love to get underneath you for that drive, aren't going to get caught up in this thing. They have also upgraded the pad, both in the cover, giving it a better textured feel, giving you less slip and more stickiness. Also, they have made it just a better pad overall. There's a lot less slop on each of the sides, and it is very sturdy in the middle. While I'm down here, 11 gauge steel comes in at 75 total pounds. Taking a look at the undercarriage, they did increase the width of the base, and they have added these rubber pads to the feet, allowing for a much more stable adjustable bench, at least according to them. Rep Fitness also has done away with the lifting lever that was here and replaced it with this bar.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine living life with the new sand in my mind. All I hear is music, watching your mouth move. Damn, you look stupid. I feel like everyone's a stranger. Small talk with your narcissistic neighbor. She's real hot, but they said to never date her. I agree.
This AB-3000 is certainly worthy of that 2.0 moniker. It is an absolute upgrade from the original version. There's massive deviations from the original to this one, and the biggest one has to be the pad. They improved the pad, and it shows. It is extremely firm, and there's really like no sloppiness to this thing on the edges. As soon as you lie back on it, you know this thing is rigid. And the grip factor on here is substantial. You certainly don't feel like you're going to slide off at all, especially on bench when you're kind of driving up through that bench. You don't feel like there's any give whatsoever. Another upgrade that they made is the front pad. So in the original version, a few people felt like this front portion of the pad was in fact too wide and too bulky, and it got in their way. They designed this so that you can actually flip it. So if you wanted to have this big portion in here, you absolutely can. Another big standout, at least in my opinion, for this bench is the fact that there's no bar here. On some adjustable benches, there's like a bar here, and when you go to throw yourself back on the bench to bench press, your keister ends up hitting that bar. I need to thank you all for using my affiliate links, which are in the description of today's video. As promised, all of those proceeds go right back into the channel to do future reviews for you. The second biggest improvement on this bench has to be the stability. They not only made the bench itself wider at the feet, wider is better. They also added those rubber parts to the front and the back. And what that does, in my opinion, it adds a significant amount of grip to your floor. And in terms of longevity on your equipment, it just keeps the metal off of the ground, keeps it from absorbing moisture. They did add 8 options on the adjustability on this bench from negative 15 degrees all the way up to 85 degrees. And while for me, I'm probably only going to use 4 of those 8, it is nice to have options to give you that variety in your training. They also removed the metal on metal contact that they had here with this ladder system, and they basically put another piece of rubber on here, which is similar to their 4200 and their 5200 design. Now the pull pin action on the front seat, super smooth, very much like a commercial gym feel. Definitely a top grade piece of equipment. The one thing they removed was the lever arm in the front, and I like that because I personally find that the lever arms, they just add to the length of the bench, but they don't give you anything extra for it, and it's just kind of a nuisance. They did replace it with a bar down here, and I will say that's my only detractor, is that the bar that they replaced it with is a little bit narrow, and when you've got the feet all the way back on here, you've got to kind of do like a reach around to really grab that bar to move it around. Not a deal breaker, but it's something that is kind of a yin and yang with regards to removing that lever arm. When I hear budget, I usually have one of 2 thoughts. One, that the piece of equipment is cheap, right? Literally and figuratively. And the other is that the price is low, but the return is high, giving you a good value for your dollar. Now at $320, I'm glad that Rep Fitness kept the same price as the previous version. That shows that this does have some significant value. Unfortunately, I wouldn't put $320 on the budget side because that's still a good amount of change. Do I think this thing has high value? Absolutely. Another standout for this FID adjustable bench has to be the lateral movement. Sometimes with adjustable benches, especially in the incline position, when you get on or off, you'll find that there's give, and this one had no give up here in the upper part of the seat. As far as the length of the pad, I am 6'1", 190 pounds, and I felt comfortable doing the incline bench presses and overhead presses. I thought that the pad length was good. I think that if you are 6'3" or 6'4", you might find that the pad is a little bit short, especially in the incline position. I always try to be 100% transparent, both with my reviews as well as my training style, and many of you know that I'm not that strong, and I don't claim to be. However, for the past 4, maybe even 5 years, I have not declined anything, and I don't miss it. I find that decline bench press does aggravate my shoulders, and that's why I avoid it. If you are a person who does not like doing decline, or you don't have that in your training style, I would recommend the AB-3200. It is $80 more, but I happen to believe it is a better bench, especially if you're not going to be using this decline portion. For those of you looking for the decline in an adjustable bench, this AB-3000 2.0 version is an absolute must look at. It's definitely going to be in the top of your contenders when you narrow down your choices. At $320, it's certainly not cheap, but for what they're delivering compared to a lot of the competition, it certainly has value. It's past me coming at you, and I want to know after this amazing review, what did I miss? Drop it in the comments below and drop any questions you have down there as well. While you're down there, hey, you made it to the end of the video, give it a like and hit the subscribe button. You and I are now officially best friends. That's right, band of brothers, peanut butter and jelly. Thanks for watching, and as usual, don't save anything for the trip back.